Well, hello. I haven't done an atheist video in a while. And to tell you the truth, I got bored with doing atheist videos because I had a lot of respect for atheists. And I lost respect for atheists. And the Lord dealt with me about my disrespect for atheists. I lost respect for them, with listening to several videos and how they attack prominent, world Christians all around the world to just say anything to defame them. And, the hatred to my comments, the comments that were so hateful, that were put in the comment sections on my videos. I lost a lot of respect for atheists. This was Leroy Cruz, your life applications officer again. Here we go again. And got a new phone, new camera. If you can look at the resolution and tell, I figured I'm going to try it out, see how it works. I might as well start with atheists. Anyway, again, let me explain something to you atheists. All you Christians, all you good Christians can get out the popcorn and relax. Take the day off. I'm talking. And I want to let you know something while I'm talking. But anyway, I had respect for the very first atheists that I ever encountered on YouTube. At one time, I had respect for Jacqueline Glenn. Till I found out that Jacqueline Glenn was just a regular girl that had a rebellious attitude about moral things. And what is it? Herma, whatever his name is. I had a lot of respect for him when I first met him because he seemed to be one of the better atheists who had a more sophisticated, profound way of presenting his case against religion and against Christianity. And but then he started, it got to the point where he was just making videos. See, there's not 100 videos to explain to somebody how and why you don't believe in God. And you know what? This is where atheists are stupid. Excuse me, I shouldn't say that. This is where atheists are childish crybabies. It's nobody's business whether you believe in God or not. And it doesn't matter. And where you're dumb about Christians is Christians aren't sitting around waiting for someone to beat them in an argument or to address an argument. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Christ, if we really believe that he did die on the cross, and he went through some persecution that I'll never ever face, you think I care because you sound like a childish brat? Because you say a million cuss words and call people all kinds of names because they believe in God. And there's one thing here I'm going to say to you Christians that might watch this or whatever. The only reason, and I'm saying this to the atheists too, the only reason why the atheists have a case is because a lot of Christians waste their time casting their pearls before swine. There's nobody putting pressure on you that's telling you you have to argue with atheists. Nobody. You don't have to argue with them. You have a right to believe what you believe. My God, this was 2018. I thought we were done with this. This is a transgender world now. If a man has a right to say that he's not really a man, and a woman has a right to say she's not really a woman, she's what she chooses to be. And who defends us more than atheists? Nobody defends us more than atheists. The whole LGBTQ community. And then you want to talk to me about morals. You don't need God to have morals. It depends on what you're calling morals. Okay? You don't need God to tell you that you don't need to smoke. Although you're going to keep smoking, aren't you? As a Christian, I don't smoke. But I don't need God to tell me that. It's just that as a Christian, it would make me the dumbest example to be smoking. But it's not like I need God to tell me that. But, you know, this is the state of the world, man. If you build a hospital and you say you can smoke anywhere around the hospital except for this little backspace back here, how many people will smoke in that backspace? Oh, because their car is parked out there, or because they can get there quicker when they're trying to take a break. How many people will break the law simply because why? Why? Because it is set in us humans to be disobedient. It is set in us humans to rebel against any laws or policies that might insinuate any form of righteousness. And what do these atheists do? As well as any other type of non-believer. What do? You choose upon yourself what is right, what is wrong. It's okay to say anything you want about women and have no respect for women, just as long as you don't get caught raping them, Mr. Lawrence Cross. Or Krause, or how you pronounce his name. Just as long as you don't get caught with your hand up under that girl's skirt. It's okay for you to say whatever kind of locker room talk you want to say about a woman. It just ain't okay for Donald Trump to say it because you didn't vote for him. Okay? But if you had voted for him, it'd be okay for him to say it too. Anyway, atheism is not a problem, church people. Atheism is not a problem. We are the problem. Why are we the problem? Because we stand in the secret place. We dwell in the secret place of the Most High, under the shadow of the Almighty. That's why. Hold on. There's a word in here that there's a word in here that just popped in my head that might be an old word that we don't use anymore, but it's got a lot of meaning to it. Hold on, we got something here. D-I-S, this. Wait, let's go back over here. Come on, be in here. Oh, come on. You ain't gonna be in here. There it is. First Peter 4:4. First Peter 4:4. Gotta love the Bible. Gotta love the Bible. This is why atheists hate us. First Peter 4:4. For we have spent enough of our past lifetime. Now, most Christians, this is where atheists are dumb. They don't understand. We wouldn't be Christians if we weren't already atheists first. Most of us weren't born being Christians. And even people like me that was born and raised in the church. There's always that time where you spend some time questioning your beliefs. Questioning where you stand with God, and does God really care, and does he and should you be under this calling? Should you care? Should you continue in this thing? Either sign out now or think about going to the higher level. Should I go to a higher level in Christ? Or should I walk away? Where do I find happiness in this lifestyle? But what atheists fail to give us credit for, because it's a slap in their face. Every Christian that is truly born again, don't worry, atheists, I know you don't understand what that means, but every Christian that is truly born again has had a past lifestyle. He was once either atheist, or he was once religious, or he was once into the occult, or he was once a drunkard or pornographer. There was something wrong with him. He wasn't perfect. He wasn't, Sam Harris. I still ain't Sam Harris. Okay? He wasn't all decorated and sophisticated looking like Sam Harris or Penn Jillette. You know what I'm saying? But listen to this. For we have spent enough time in our past lifetime in what? In doing the will of the Gentiles. I heard an atheist picking on the atheism is deflated, or Deflating Atheism is his name of his site, name of his channel. I guess his name is Max. I guess that's who he was referring to. I guess his name is Max. Here we go. The atheist world right here. For we have spent enough of our past lifetime in doing the will of the Gentiles. That means the world of everybody that ain't a Jew. Mr. whoever you were was picking on Mr. Atheism, or deflating atheism, Max, I guess that's what his name is. When we walked in what? In lewdness, lust, drunkenness, revelries, drinking parties, and abominable idolatries. Which one of those is not part of the atheist religion? And yes, I said atheist religion, because whenever you counter something that's already organized, so to speak, if you want to call it organized, that's one of your favorite words, organized, a fallacy, a religion, and you counter it, then you are the same thing. You are a religion. Now, if you say, well, I don't know what that is, I don't go there. Okay? Then you can say you're not religious. But if you build something based, just like, let me say this. Again, I've said this, anybody that's been watching my channel knows that I've done way too many videos on atheism, so much that I should delete some of them, because some of them I'm just repeating myself in a more aggressive way. But I had fun. It was a fun ride on both episodes. As a matter of fact, it's 2 or 3 episodes, I think. But anyway, nobody becomes a Christian without first having a past lifestyle. And the atheist religion, okay, is into this lewdness, lust, drunkenness, revelries, drinking parties, and abominable idolatries. Now, if you don't know what those mean, well, say hello to my Bible. Okay? I'm not going to cast my pearls before swine. I'm not going to waste my time. Hear me good. Because I don't feel the Holy Spirit telling me I owe you that. You say prove evidence for God. When did this come about? When? When did we start proving evidence for God? I ain't never went to church and anybody told me that I had to prove evidence for God, or no pastor ever tried to prove evidence of God for me. Neither did he need to. Who you fooling? I've said it time and time again. Who you think you fooling? Nobody's worried about evidence of God. We Christians don't worry about evidence of God. That's not our problem. Just like you evolutionists ain't worried about proof that man came from apes. Y'all ain't worried about proof of a Big Bang. You're worried about whatever gets you not to believe in other things. Who you lying to? You know there's no evidence that you came from no ape. You know there's no evidence that there was a Big Bang. Where's the evidence? I said this in 3 episodes of videos on this nonsense. Everybody believes. Just because you don't believe in God, oh my God. I hate to think what you might believe in. And none of these are religious terms. Lewdness, lust, drunkenness, revelries, drinking parties, and abominable idolatries. None of those are, you don't have to be religious to believe in those. You don't have to be religious to be addicted to those. You don't have to be religious to live that lifestyle. What's so hard about it? You don't have to believe in God. And I don't have to believe in atheism. Let's agree to disagree. Because there's nothing for me to suffer if I don't believe in evolution. If I believe that I came into being by what do they call it? Divine design, or however you put it. Okay, I believe that came from a creator. I believe that I'm the idea of a creator. You feel that you're a bowl of soup that became an ape, that became a human. Whatever. Lord forgive me. I don't have respect for evolution anymore than I have respect for atheists. I don't care if I don't pronounce it right. And if I knew it, it would just, if I knew what I was talking about, okay, I would just make jokes about every little area of it because I don't believe it. Just because you know something doesn't make you believe it. Just like there's atheists that can read this Bible to me front to back, but they're not going to believe it. Atheism, or what's his name, Max from Deflating Atheism. He believes in evolution. He's a Christian, but he believes in evolution. I don't believe in evolution. And he'll argue with you about science and evolution that atheists will use to justify their case. Well, wait a minute. I thought we were the guys that had to prove something. And prove it to who? We choose to believe in God. And we never said we had evidence. You said that, atheists. You said that we claim. You put words in our mouth. Now, maybe as time goes on, because of the multitude of the growing population of atheists, maybe there is people like, Deflating Atheism that will try to, use evolution and use science, what you say about evolution and science, to deflate atheism. Me, on the other hand, if you know what I'm saying, I could tell you 100 things that prove the existence of God. Let's start off with me. I'm supposed to be dead. But you don't care about that. I'm supposed to not only be dead, but I'm either supposed to be dead or deaf and blind and epileptic. And my mom's testimony about my life is preachers, pastors from the church that I was born and raised in, coming into the hospital, laying hands on me and praying for me the whole time I was in there. To you, that don't mean squat. Prove the existence of God. Don't tell me your sad story about how they was doing a seance on you, throwing spaghetti on you at the freaking hospital. We don't want to hear that nonsense. Well, listen. Let's agree to disagree. See, I'm okay if I walk down the street and I try to share the gospel with somebody, and they say, I've said this 100 times in these 3 episodes. I'm okay if somebody tells me they don't want to hear the gospel. I'm not going to come back tomorrow with picket signs, okay, and burn down an abortion clinic. They don't want to hear the gospel. Hey, what did Jesus say? Shake the dust off yourself and keep moving. Go, like the preacher said, it's not whosoever won't, it's whosoever will. It's just like, that guy that gets on YouTube, has that commercial interrupting your videos, telling you about how you can make millions of dollars within a month or in less than a year. Sounds like a fairy tale to me, right? But you can listen to them I used to work for some companies that where I witnessed people that were recruiting me actually make money in these companies. Pyramid schemes. They've actually made money. But see, you can, like the guy from Deflating Atheism said, and Mr. Amazing Atheist got mad at him about it, but you can deny evidence of anything. You can also disbelieve or fail to see the point of anything. Somebody please show me the point, because I'm having a hard time seeing it. Somebody please show me the point of evolution. What does evolution today do for me? I know what Jesus does for me today. I'm here. And I don't believe I'm here because of Lucy and Adam Sandler. Or whatever his name was, the Neanderthal man. Did you give him a name? I don't care. I don't care. Okay? But anyway, I don't care. What does evolution do for my life today? When ape blood mixed with human blood creates, as I said in another video just less than a month ago, when ape blood mixed with human blood creates the AIDS virus, now that's evidence that evolution's a joke. The fact that nobody goes and collects an ape to give anybody, any human, a kidney transplant, or a heart transplant, or a hip replacement, or anything. It's just somebody getting paid big bucks to sit behind a podium and hand you a book and tell you this stuff. But guess what? I can apply this to my life today. For we spend enough of our past lifetime in doing the will of the Gentiles, those that don't know God, is really what that means. When we walk in lewdness, lust, drunkenness, revelries, drinking parties, and abominable idolatries. Say hello to your local atheists. That's y'all. In regard to these, they think it's strange. Atheists think it's strange that you do not run with them in the same flood of dissipation, speaking evil of you. See, I can apply that to my life today. How many people are speaking evil against Christians? Oh, let me see. We have everybody from the Amazing Atheist all the way to Pastor Dow. We got Muslims speaking against Christians. We got Catholics speaking out against Christians. We got people who left the church and now they call themselves Israelites. We got Hebrew Israelites that don't like Christianity. We got Israelites, white Israelites. Lord, we got white Israelites and black Israelites. Tell me a secret, okay? That don't like Christians. And then the atheists think they get to be special by just flipping it around a little bit and saying, oh, we don't believe in God at all. In regard to these, they think it strange that you do not run with them in the same flood of dissipation, speaking evil of you, they will give an account to him who is ready to judge the living and the dead. The living and the dead. No matter who you are, you can die. You know, Richard Hitchens, if I said his name right, is it Richard Hitchens? Christopher Hitchens, I think. I think it's Christopher Hitchens. He has to stand before God. Now I got no evidence of that. That's what I believe. Now, the day that you can prove to me that it all came from a big bang and that we really did, that I really do owe the apes some praise and worship because they're my natural common ancestor. When you prove that, I'll get rid of my Bible. You'll never prove it. So who's the one that's rejecting who here? You're not rejecting me and my God and my Bible. I'm rejecting your nonsense. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be a fornicator, an adulterer. What do we got to show for it in this country? I don't want to be a fornicator, an adulterer. I don't want to smoke weed. I don't want to smoke crack. I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to do, what's it say here, orgies. I don't want to have an alcohol problem. And excuse me, I have a little bit too much pride and arrogance, I guess. That's what an atheist would call it. Arrogance in myself. I'm proud to be a man. Because that's what I believe God has created me to be. In every sense, I was a baby. I was considered a male. I have no problem taking pride in the fact that I'm a man. And I go in here and I see, what does God have to say to the men? And I like women that like to go in here and say, what does God have to say to the women? Oh, yes. There's an answer for everything. There's an answer for everything in this Bible. In regard to these, they think it strange, and they said it right out of their own mouth, that you do not run with them in the same flood of dissipation, speaking evil of you. They will give an account to him who is ready to judge the living as well as the dead. For this reason the gospel was preached. And let me tell you something. We don't need you to be a Christian. We don't get paid for it. There's nobody patting us on the back for preaching. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't